Hello everyone, welcome to the session. In our previous video, we discussed about capital markets, the advantages of uh, investing in a capital market, both for the investor and advantages of having an investor buy from capital markets for the entrepreneurs. Basically, the relationship is that just like the public go to the market to buy some groceries or household stuff like that, in the capital market, an individual or a company goes for investing and they pay the money. In turn, they take the shares of an organization, any company they would like, and they keep the shares as a leverage, as a profit for them. So the relationship between the buyer and seller in here is that the buyer is the one who has money, but he does not want to spend the money, he wants to save the money. And the seller is the one who is selling the shares of his company. He is an entrepreneur, he has a business, he wants to run a business, but he does not have enough finance to incur the costs and incur revenue and everything. So the entrepreneur takes money from the investor and he invests that money in his business to expand the business or increase the processes. If he wants to make more sales, if he wants to produce more products, if he wants to introduce a new product, if he wants to expand it to a different market, so on and so forth. All these functions can be done if the entrepreneur has money, and for that purpose he takes that money from the investors through capital market. So capital market is just a mechanism that makes all these investments possible. So we know the uses of capital markets, and it mobilizes the financial resources from one place to another. It increases the brand awareness of a particular brand in the public, and it also allocates foreign capital for a firm. It is the most effective allocation of financial resources and everything. Now we will discuss about the two types of market, primary and secondary market. So primary market is also called a new issues market, but it also consists of further issues too. Primary market is basically to facilitate transfer of resources from the savers to the entrepreneurs. Savers are the one, like I said, who has the money to save and do not want to spend. Entrepreneurs are the one who runs the business and needs someone to invest in the business. So they seek of resources, and the investors give the resources to them in return for the shares of the company, which will likely to increase in value in the future. Therefore, the investors are also want to gain from this process. There is the gain on both sides and also risk on both sides. So after seeking funds from the investors, the entrepreneurs use the funds for setting up new enterprises. Either they create a business, they start a new business, or they expand the old existing business, or they diversify the business. Means if a business is selling one product or service, if they want to increase the size of the business, or they sell more than one product, they want to sell a new product, they can do it. For example, if you are manufacturing cars, let us say you're an automobile company and you are manufacturing and selling cars, but you also want to manufacture bikes, motorcycles now, then you can raise some investment and introduce a new product called motorcycles, and then thereby you diversify your business. So in a bad scenario, even if the sale of car goes down, the bike sales will give hand to the business. It will still keep the profit coming, the revenue coming. Therefore that's called diversifying. And new issues may be issued by new companies or old companies. If a new company that is just starting its business and it is asking for the investment from the public for the first time, it is called initial issue. And if it is an old company that has already had asked investment from the public but wants more investment in the future, it means it's called further issue. Initial issues or and the entrepreneurs highly bank on this type of issues to generate funds, because when for the first time entrepreneurs for the purpose of obtaining capital funds decides to issue some securities to the public, it's for sale in the primary market. Such issue as the securities or even referred to as new money issues. So that securities is nothing but the shares of a company. The shares are called securities in the capital markets. So it could be equity shares, it could be preference shares, it could also be debentures, it could be any kind of any mid variant between equity share, preference share, and everything. Or it could be bonds also. Like the company can sell bonds, so on and so forth. So initial issue means the company for the first time issue its shares to the public in turn for money. So how the company creates the shares in the first place, how to capitalize all this investment, maybe we will see that in our further lessons, how to allocate shares of a business organization and how much how to value the shares of such businesses. But for now, this is what initial issue means. Methods of flotation of new issues. Yeah, this is this the flotation method tells us what are all the ways in which a company can raise capital by issuing shares. So this all these four kind are for issue shares only, not for debentures. Only the equity shares or other kind of shares will be only the equity shares will be issued by all these four means. No, not even preference shares or debentures. So there are four methods of selling shares of a business in capital market. One is public issue. You just ask the general public, whoever you know or you don't know, just ask them to buy the shares of your company and then give the money to you, and you use the money for your business. That is public issue. Rights issue means you ask your shareholders who have already invested in your business to give more money. I mean, sometimes if your business is performing so well, the investor in your business will want to buy more share of your company instead of investing in some other business. If your business is even performing so well, they will want to invest in your company itself. And even at the same time, if you need more money, means you can sell the shares instead of selling it to someone new. You can sell it to the old shareholders themselves. By the in that manner, you create a right for the shareholders to buy shares from your company. So that right will be only exercised by the shareholders of the business, not by a third party or anyone else. Therefore, the existing shareholders will buy shares from your business. That is called rights issue. Private placement means instead of asking shareholders or the public, you select a group of people and then sell the shares to them. It's called a private placement. So only the people who are invited by you to buy the shares of your business can invest in your business. And offer to the employees. So this is the best way to make the employees the owners of the business. I mean, in most cases, the employees and the owners will be different, and there will be some trouble or a change in difference of opinions between the management and the employees. This happens a lot in business organizations. So as a method of incentivizing the employees to work harder or to achieve better, to increase their performance and everything, the businesses try to make them feel like they are also the owners of the business. Not make them feel, they actually are the owners of the business if they buy shares. Some companies deliberately avoid the employees from purchasing the shares, but there are a lot of companies who wants the employees to feel like they are part of the organization. So they sell the shares of the business instead of selling it to public who they don't know. They sell it to their own employees and ask the employees to invest in the business. That's called offering to employees. There are 2 or 3 kinds in offering to employees that we might see later on. Public issue, like I said, public issue means a method of raising capital, raising directly from the public through issue of prospectus. An enterprise organizing itself as a public limited company can raise the required funds when commonly by preparing a prospectus. Prospectus is nothing but a statement. It's a report showing
what are all the assets of the company, what are all the liabilities of a company, what are all the business principles of a company, where it sell, where it buys, how much does it sell in the past, how much has it bought in the past, and what is the size, who is the management, who forms the management, the chairman, CEO, CFO, managers, deputy managers, directors, uh, divisional managers, everyone, and what is the business model, and what is their plan for the next foreseeable future, and what are their products, how are they manufacturing their products, where and all they have branches in the play, in the location, where, what different locations, what is the total net worth of that business, what is the revenue in the past year, what are the losses incurred in the past year, and what are the, who are the creditors, who are the debtors of the business. Every single detail that is necessitated by the law to be included in the prospectus will be there, and anybody who wants to invest in the firm has to read that prospectus of that firm first before investing in the business. So if I want to invest in like Reliance Limited, I need to Reliance will first of all issue a prospectus of the business. After reading that prospectus, I will know the financial position and every detail about the business. After reading that only, I should invest in the business. So that's called issuing prospectus. Prospectus must be true. There cannot be a false statement or a misleading statement in the prospectus that will lead to heavy penalty on the business, or sometimes even they close the business if you include a falsified fact in the prospectus. That has happened before. So an entrepreneur offers his own shares for the public for subscription. She is required to comply with all the restrictions and formalities. Not only that, the company is required to follow all the restrictions, even the public who is acquiring the shares of the business has some rules to formulate. There are that rules will be mentioned in the the share document. The share document will mention all the rules and regulations that the investor needs to follow. When can the investor sell the shares, when can the investor demand money from the company, and whether he will receive bonus or not, and everything details will be included in the share documents. Therefore, one of the most difficult problem in venture creation problem is obtaining finance. Therefore, the entrepreneur decides to go public instead of going home by home to your friends and asking for money. They just go to the capital market and just ask the people to invest money. So, I mean, there are certain prerequisites to perform that function of asking money from the people. But for now, as far as the syllabus is concerned, this is what public issue means.